Now to a breaking news update in a story that we've been following for more than a year now and that has captured the attention of the nation. A federal judge in Tennessee has dismissed criminal charges against Kilmar Abrego Garcia.
In March of last year, Abrego Garcia was detained by ICE in Maryland and mistakenly deported to El Salvador despite a court order barring him from being sent there.
After the U.S. Supreme Court told the federal government to work to bring him back, he was returned early last June to face human smuggling charges related to a traffic stop in Tennessee in 2022. NBC News legal affairs reporter Gary Grumbach joins us now live to explain what's in this ruling today and how it all ties back to that Tennessee case. Gary, what are you learning?
Hey there, guys. So we had just in the last hour, this came in from that judge in Tennessee, and we're learning that essentially because the judge in Maryland ordered that Kilmar Abrego Garcia should be brought back to the United States, that he was indicted in Tennessee because of that. And the judge says it is a presumption of vindictiveness. That was the phrase he used. I want to put up a portion of his order now. He says, quote, "The objective evidence here shows that absent Abrego's successful lawsuit challenging his removal to El Salvador, the government would not have brought this prosecution." That's U.S. District Judge Waverly Crenshaw there in the Middle District of Tennessee. Now, you'll remember Abrego was charged with 2 human smuggling charges last year related to a November 2022 traffic stop where he was in Tennessee, stopped by Tennessee Highway Patrol, and there were several people, you see the video right there, several people in the car with him that could not necessarily provide ID or firm answers on exactly where they were going or where they were coming from. They were let off with a warning at that point, and eventually that investigation was closed. And that's an important part here, that investigation into what was happening in that traffic stop was closed by the same Department of Justice that then reopened it and brought these charges when he was brought back to the United States. So Kilmar Abrego Garcia now is no longer charged criminally in Tennessee. And an important point here, that means any of the conditions of release, and he was under almost 24 conditions of release that kept him pretty much homebound in his brother's home in Maryland, are no longer applicable to him. So he no longer has to live with his brother, no longer is under any of the strict drinking or alcohol or drug-related rules that were applied to him there. He's essentially a free man here in the United States.
Gary, I mean, as we're talking about this ruling, this pertains to Tennessee. So what does that mean for the case in federal court in Maryland about whether and where he can be deported?
Yeah, there's a lot of string here. It does get confusing because there is a civil case that goes on and a deportation case that goes on in Maryland. And what's been happening in that case over the past several months is the government has been trying to send him to a variety of countries, everywhere from Uganda to Eswatini to Costa Rica and most recently to Liberia. Every time the government has tried to send him to one of those countries, the judge has stopped them from doing that because they've not been able to find exactly why he should go there, what exactly his living situation is going to be like in any of those African nations or in Costa Rica, and whether or not Abrego actually feels safe going there and feels like he could actually live life there. And so that I expect to speed up as this moves forward here, guys.
All right. Gary Grumbach live for us with the very latest on the Kilmar Abrego case. Thank you so much, Gary.